Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages and backgrounds, welcome to tonight's match. We're going to have here Stevenson University versus Florida Gulf Coast University. It's going to be the Mustangs versus the Thunderbirds. Stevenson is going to be on red team, while the Thunderbirds are going to be on team blue here. This is a best of 5 series, and it's going to be starting off on Oasis here. A bit of a change of all the maps we've seen started typically from either side. So it's a nice change of pace here. We'll have to see who's going to benefit from it more. Will it be the Mustangs or the Thunderbirds? Well, without further ado, let's get right on into it. We're going to take a look at Zed right away here, leading with the dive with Reaper and Sombra there. A very unique sort of composition, but against this opposing lineup here, it's going to be a little hard pressed for the flank, but if they're able to get the angle, all the better for them as they start to make their way on in. Stevenson now rotating around the point here as we're going to be seeing control be taken. Taking a look around the side here, we'll be seeing that 49 is in a bit of trouble here, having to receive the hack from Wumzel. Bit of a mouthful of a name to say. Wizard is able to find that pick onto the Sombra there, which is going to set the Thunderbirds back a bit. However, they do trade the Bastion, which sets them up very well. Going to be seen here now that after the respawn, it's going to be a kerfuffle of a fight here on point. John having to play very safe against everyone while trades are going back and forth. Either side is down one each. However, Sombra has made it back to the point here. And the heroes are now in their own little bit of trouble here, especially given that they need to take out John and Sombra immediately here. Now with Wisner back on point. And looking to get down that Winston there, able to successfully do so with the follow-up there. And now hunting the Sombra, they get the pick off. And the point looks to be going in control of the Mustangs to start here. We'll be seeing that British Dino is able to make that escape there and has beat Goats up. So that'll help them for the engagement here, but will it be enough for the oncoming window is the question. I'm not too sure if that's going to be the case here going into this fight, but we'll find out very soon as Winston's going to be looking to take this high ground here immediately. Open with Sombra, they target the BAP immediately. That beat drop also being activated there. Neon trying furiously to stay alive, and the cover there from Stevenson is able to assist. Beautifully done so, separating everyone around. That's blue DPS down for the side of the Thunderbirds. They're going to have to retreat and regroup for another push. It's about 40% captured here now, so they're working with more time than most other teams. Take a look at this point. I wanted to let you all take an idea of what we're working with here. Stevenson is taking full control of this right side where Sombra often is. Speaking of Sombra, here they go now on the flank. They're looking to target the Lucio here, who does have the beat drop. This EMP that's coming up is going to be very important. They go after Lucio immediately, get the pickup, but they have to escape the grab. They're not able to with Mora, unfortunately. That's going to cause some issues there. Followed up with the window now from Neon there. They're able to get a triple kill thanks to Wisner. That sets them up real well for this play here. Not many ults have come out. It's pretty much 1 per 1 every single fight engagement for either side, which needs to start making a little bit more of a difference here. Primal's going to have to start to be activated. Death Blossom and EMP, but coming out from Wisner is going to be that artillery barrage. And it's not going to be finding one quite yet. In fact, it misses its target. The EMP has been activated in the Death Blossom, able to find triple. A great value there. In fact, it's going to be all of Stevenson's ults out. They were able to cancel the B drop there with the EMP, which provides great value for the side of the Thunderbirds.
Your end is within my reach.
So now I'm going to be taking a look here. Stevenson making their way back up towards the side here. They still have to deal with the Thunderbirds Primal here, which can separate them, but a crucial mistake was made, in Misjudgment. So that's going to set the Thunderbirds back quite a bit. They're going to have to play it very careful and smart here. Hoping John can find a pick here. He's going to start to make the forward engagement, but has to play it very back, hoping that Moira can assist their in. It's looking very pressured against Thunderbirds here. Winston has made it back. Definitely time for a primal to be had here. We may also be seeing a turn, of course. Well, it's going to be the Mustangs that are falling. E-Drop came out from British Dino here, able to get the follow-up assist for his team, despite losing Wumzel? I think I'm mispronouncing that. For those of you that know the Thunderbirds, please give your shout out in chat. The fans are always welcome here from either side. We're going to be seeing the Primal coming on out here, looking for a juggle. Might be able to find Rinzer. There's about 20 seconds plus or so left on the clock now for Stevenson to capitalize upon. John able to find that beautiful double play. They're now going to have to play it safe and wait for them to come on in as Winston's going aggressively towards this play here. They force out the Bastion tank formation as Winston is able to find 1, 2, but John finding 3 in return. B-Drop comes out from Stevenson here. They're going to be making their run towards point. They make it in time, but they're going to have to try to turn it here. Reaper does not have a lot of utility left now, especially given that you have to utilize your team composition here. They're able to take out Lucio. They get Kiriko back around the corner, but Neon can only do so much on their own. Even Tracer's at a loss. Despite the pressure that it seems initially have, it is going over to the Thunderbirds. Now complete. Round number 1. We're going to be having a pause called once the map loads in. I guess we're going to be calling the pause now. I'll be trying to utilize these pauses in between maps to strategize and prepare enough time for the team in order to go into the next engagement. We don't know what map we're going into next, so it would have been great if they paused afterwards to build a strategy here for the Mustangs. And same can be said for the Thunderbirds as well. Both sides definitely want to know what's going on. I want to say that based on what we're seeing here from the current play, you got to really take out John. John is a big carrier for the Thunderbirds here, and if not John, Wumbazel. I'm gonna butcher your name, Sarma, this entire night, so please be kind to me. Wumbazel here has been really a key player in initiating who the targets are with the assistance of the Winston there. Sports doing a great job trying to keep up their team and position themselves in a way that they won't be caught out in the open, which leaves their DPS to do that job for them. And despite the makeshift dive, I did not expect it to succeed as well as it did, but that just shows how well the execution played in part there, as well as understanding your environment when playing around it. So for Stevenson going forward, they can run this comp again, but they have to be a bit more mindful of their positioning and grouping here going into the next fight in order to be sure to have a chance at securing any sort of advantage here going into round number 2. If we're going to head to the Gardens here, high ground is going to be very crucial, which will be very beneficial to the Thunderbirds here, given that they are running the dive earlier. But if we're going to be at the University, you'll see a bit more brawl, more onset towards the point is the strategy, the play here. And here we are at said University here. To give you all an idea, here's what University looks like. Taking a look around here, you're going to see that teams will set themselves up either on the high ground or in the cubbies here. This is usually the worst place to set yourself up unless you can get some picks from the angle. But that's not usually a great case. In fact, you find yourself, you're entrapped in pretty much a stone coffin here. It's not really what you want to be, compared to taking high ground first, where you can set yourself up pushing towards the point. We're going to see just that here going on in. Now it's going to be almost a mirror match going around here. They drop the Sombra for a main. It's going to be a head-to-head assault. Looking around the side here, they're going to be seeing that they're playing in the room there. And despite what I mentioned earlier, Stevenson's not taking control of this high ground, which could cause them a great deal of trouble. But as I say that, we do see one on the high ground as Stevenson's making their push on in with Wisner around the side to assist. They are able to break down the Sig shield and place in a great deal of damage, but Wisner was not ready for the barrage coming at his way. Rock comes on out, able to deal a knockback, but not able to find any kills themselves. We will be seeing a great pick against John there. The point does turn over to the Thunderbirds first. Now with Overclock to match it. Use a me. Making our way back towards point here, we're going to be seeing that Dean is trying very hard to stay alive, but they're not going to be allowing that with the soldier there in the back line. Now the tide has turned over in favor of Stevenson here. However, they did take out 49, so it's all going to be about a war of attrition here. Who's going to have the most damage, and where's it going to be placed best? And a beautiful shot there by John, getting that triple kill on the Wisner, Cynic, and the long shot on to Rinzer. Great plays out of them. Now, the point they turn there intermediately over to Stevenson, so they're able to capture 15%, but the clock is still ticking here. Unless Stevenson can capture the point once again and secure this round, they will lose the match. So we're now going to be seeing the opposite from the Mustangs here. They're going to be starting down on the low ground, as we're about to see an artillery barrage coming on out here. See ourselves trapped in the room there a bit. 2 hits from the barrage there, almost gets John, but not quite. Window's been activated as well as the beat drop, and it's going to be Rinzer finding the first. Now going to be hunting around to his back line there. Bucks comes on out. They're not able to shut it down. Instead, it's going to be both supports down and the DPS to follow it on up. Stevenson has to do a hard reset here, given that they have roughly 30 seconds remaining. Hello there, Quits. Welcome. Quits is one of our other players. For those of you that are seeing them in the chat, I do like to interact with you guys where possible. In fact, there's a little secret that goes around in this channel, believe it or not, but we'll let you know about that later. Take a look at this position here from Zed. Zed is a sneaky son of a gun, playing in the back right here against the Mustangs. Wizards going to be coming on out as they separate them out with 5 seconds remaining. No one's going to be able to make this touch here, except for Reaper. Reaper gets blocked off, and ladies and gentlemen, map number 1 goes to the Thunderbirds. bit of a rush here, giving you guys those extra tunes to swing on in. We're heading right on in over here now to King's Row. It's going to be a brawl type of battle here, but it's looking for a mostly mirror matchup. However, it's going to be a change up from Stevenson here going over to the Soldier and the Hanzo. Hanzo here is going to be very crucial for those headshots. I'm talking very fast here, so that way you can try to get as much information as possible in a short amount of time. Nonetheless, here we're going to be seeing a lot of pressure coming on out here from the Thunderbirds here, looking to see if they can apply as much damage as possible. Wizner here, going to find that first pick of the fight now. That's going to set him up real well as Rinzer is trying to escape from the backline here. Is now finding a bit of trouble, almost having to deal with the first capture here. Bastion's going to have to try to set up with some damage coming out here in the next 6 seconds, but that rock does hit successfully onto 49 there, causing a send away. Rock gets met. John able to find Cynic Hipster there as they're going to be pushing on in further, looking to see those cleanup kills there. But they're going to have to deal real fast with a back-off play here as Stevenson has the closer spawn. Is going to be able to regroup here. Wall comes on out from the May here. Bezel now going to be looking to see if they can find these next wall to either take away Soldier's viewability or isolate a target here for their Sigma the push spawn. Signal is blown on point here. We're going to be seeing Window switching it on around. It's going to put a lot of pressure onto the side of Stevenson here to play it very back. Maze on the flank, and now the Window to be met. Looking for the rock, hits successfully, but the lamp's going to be saving him there. Now with the gravitational flux coming on in around the side, looking to get some extra damage dealt here. They're going to be able to stay alive, but they're almost giving up a second tick here. They have to keep Zed on in order to try to make sure that second tick doesn't get given up. Rock comes on out. It's not going to be able to find enough damage there. Dragon's Out's going to be met here. Does find Bezel. Bezel goes down, and now it's going to be looking for another pick off on here now. Beat's going to be made, and it's going to be Machin Wizner as well as Rinzer. That's going to be both DPS going out to dry. The barrage comes on out looking for some successive hits. Instead, it misses there. This is a very elongated fight here with 2 minutes left on the clock here. Stevenson needs to regroup and get out of this fight. What a battle there we had for a good successive 2 minutes straight with no one really taking the advantage themselves. We're going to have to see an initial pick from either side to really take advantage of the start of this next fight here going on in. Rinzer looks like they're ready on deck with their overclock here. Now going to be seeing look for the side of a quick hit. Will they get the rock to the face? No, sirree. They're going to be able to live thanks to that. Beat Drop and Neon's going to be able to make their way on out as well here. But is it going to be enough? The overclock has been activated here from the side. It takes out that one immortality field, and now they're going to be trying to play inside the room yet again. Has to watch out for the May. May is going to be activating the Blizzard here. Blizzard gets on point, but it's not going to be able to find any marks here. We'll be seeing that separates the tank. It's going to be British Dino that does fall, however, for the side of the Thunderbirds, but John is able to make that cleanup with the double kill there before it's falling down themselves to Wisner. Wisner now going to have to be on the run here, gets saved by Neon's immortality field, and they're about just under a minute left on the clock here. Going to be looking for another ult play coming out from John here. John specifically, to get that artillery barrage, needs to find it big and valuable here with Neon's Window to match against it. Wall's going to come on out. They're going to try to use the DPS here to keep players alive. They use that initial damage coming on out. The Dragon not able to find any picks. However, they do find a pick up there thanks to Wisner on the flank. Now going to be looking for some more in the room here. Immortality keeps up the Bastion, and they have to play it very safe given their positioning. It's not looking too hot for them themselves. Now taking a look back on the main fight of the field. That's 2 ticks on the board here for Stevenson. 10 seconds remaining on the clock. It's not looking too hot. We're going to have to see some sort of change coming around the side here. Artillery barrage has been activated. Going to be trying to separate out the point and set onto the point. Looking to take out this Tracer here. Does hit the Tracer, and that's going to be round number 1. The Thunderbirds are so good tonight. They are holding a strong defense here. I have no prior knowledge on how they were playing, so this is some great gameplay we're seeing here from either side tonight. I'm telling you, Master to GM, just under top 500 level gameplay. Something that you love to see and watch root on for your favorite team. Now the sides are going to be swapping here for the Thunderbirds here for Florida Gulf Coast University, FGCU. Interesting. They're going to have to just get 2 ticks here, a total of 73.4%, on this point alone. So we're not even going to be seeing an escort of this map whatsoever. All it has to be done is a capture, and each tick you can secure locks in. So you don't have to worry about it losing progress every time you're not on point. So if you can keep picking your fights a minute or every 2 minutes or so, gain a tick one at the other, you're bound to win the point. As for Stevenson, they're going to have to try to put up a successful defense like we saw from the Thunderbirds here. Now, Thunderbird's going to be selecting as Widow. Look at this dive, pure dive rush type of double sniper comp. See if John's going to be able to find some values here as the Widow. Going to try to get some shots out, but it's not really going to find them much of any value. They're going to start switching over now to their bread and butter of the Sig, Bastion, May, Bap, and Lucio. Going to be rushing hard and fast. Bastion on either side here. Going to be looking for some successive damage. Nate comes on out, finds a good target, but not going to be conclusive enough. Walt gets blocked here, and it's now going to be the main doorway that is knocked away. Both Lucios are down here, so it's up to either side's Baptiste to keep the team alive and well. He's now getting targeted here by Neon and has to be very careful of their positioning. If he goes down, it spells trouble for the rest of their team. You have to keep up Wisner here, but it's going to be Neon down. That's both your healers down and out. Lisa's going to be making his way on back here, but they do take out 49. The point is now starting to take control for the side of the Thunderbirds here. Rinser able to find that first successful pick here. First pick has been achieved. Now going to be looking for the second here. Can anyone make the touch? Ladies and gentlemen, they do make it just in time, but that's just going to be the break coming around the side here. Now be looking at the Lucio. Lucio gets knocked down, and then now Wrecking Ball. The window's been activated here, but it's not looking too high for them. The point has been given up, and Thunderbirds take map number 2. Our total score here tonight at 2-0 in favor of the Thunderbirds, and John with the play of the game. I think this was with the combination of a window here, if I'm right. Yes, sir. Finding that first pick in the room, now followed up by taking down the tank with such a great amount of damage here. But it's not the tank. It was just both DPS. A great play nonetheless. We're going to be heading into map number 3, which is Flashpoint, but right after this break.
Can you feel life moving
Alright, ladies and gents, we are on a potential match point of the night here in favor of Florida Gulf Coast University. They are up by 2 in the series in this best of 5. If they win this next map, Stevenson is knocked out of the playoffs. So for those of you that are the Mustangs fans, keep rooting for your team because they need every bit of inspiration possible here. As what we've seen from Florida, they are kicking some butt. I can't be biased here because they are showing such good strategy. They are playing very well for themselves. Now this is Flashpoint. Where we spawned initially with the camera was in ruins. We're going to be starting here on Market. On Flashpoint, similar to the King of the Hill style you saw at the very first point of the night, you have to get 100% per point. And there's 5 points around the map. The first to 3 on this map will win the map overall.
5, 4,
now with that said, let's see how the teams go. Now I'm going to be looking for the lead here for Stevenson, checking in on 49, who's going to be started with Junker Queen, with Quits on Genji, sub in for Rinzer, and Wisner on Tracer. We are going to be seeing that they're playing it closer, and while the rest of the Thunderbirds are going to be playing around low to high ground here, playing a lot of poke from either side. Let's see where the Sombra is. Sombra here playing around on the ground here. I will say it is interesting that we're seeing skins. Not against skins, no, by no means am I against skins. In fact, I love them myself. Shot comes on out from the Dark Queen. They're looking to keep themselves up, but that's a lot of damage to try to live out through here. Going to be looking to see if Wisner here can try to find some picks in the back line with the follow-up, but even Genji is struggling to help out where possible. Neon takes down Zed, and the point looks like it's starting to go over to Stevenson here, but everyone's so spread out that it's making it tough for anyone to get any true value. John is on a roll. Look at that precision shooting there all around the body. Beautifully placed. Going to be seeing the point now come over to the side of the Thunderbirds, now in control. This point, personally, I think counts up very fast compared to the King of the Hill style. So we're going to be seeing that this could be a quick capture, and Stevenson has to run all the way from a longer spawn. Both sides have equal distance of spawns when it comes to the market, but it's so wrong to run nonetheless. Lucio will definitely help you out with making that distance, but that's with due time here. Now going to be seeing coming on out here. Look, giving some shine over to Dean and British Dino, who are helping keep the team up here. Now running into the backline to see who they can help take on down. Reaper is going to be the first to fall thanks to 49 here. Wisner looking to get the Lucio as well. Lucio is finding themselves caught out in the corner. Might be going down here, but not going to be the case, as the point's now going to be starting to make its capture over to the Mustangs. The Mustangs are going to have to deal with some extra damage coming out as Dean finds that first kill there. Now British Dino going to be looking to help support his team, going in for the push and mobility. Point is not looking like Stevenson can make a recapture, so they're going to have to go for the next site. With that market capture here, we're going to be looking to go to the Temple. Temple here is right on the right-hand side as we are making our way over. You can see that the Thunderbirds are already on site here. If they get this, they're going to be in a good position here for Flashpoint. Stevenson is going to have to try to get some ult usage done well here. He comes on out, and it's a lot of damage. Not able to get that shout out when they needed it the most. The beat drop was utilized. They're going into that fight, and they're now just playing for cleanups. You do see the spawn from Neon over to Kiriko, trying to run away. Just barely able to escape, if at all. Yes, sirree, they do. Quits does fall in the trade against John there. But that is going to be a Reaper down. Reaper's going to have to go from the respawn here. Look how far away he is. Has to get picked up now by Lucio, which will help with a teleport to get back quickly. Best strategy here for them is definitely to try to see if they can deal with the Sombra as quickly as possible going into this next fight. But Beza was able to find that first pick there. Now going to be the Junker Queen off. Rampage comes around the side, Dean making a fatal flaw in their positioning as the follow-up was found by Quits. Now blading it on out, finding that double kill and that knife to the gut. point turns, and Stevenson now has control of it. This is going to have to be a change of plans here, as Cynic is now onto the Brigitte. This is going to spell a very difficult time with EMP, Death Blossom, and Primal available. It's not looking good. You're going to be seeing an EMP coming on out to start the fight, and possible Death Blossom to go into the backline. Or if needed, Primal will be used to zone them off the point, and even an environmental kill going into this. Once this EMP comes around the side, they'll take a look right in the middle. It's activated, and now they're looking to run and gun. Able to find that first kill, followed up with the second. That's both supports down now, and Stevenson's going to have to play for staggerability, if anything, as they've now fallen themselves with 65% on the clock, just shy of 65, excuse me. It goes right back over to the Thunderbirds here. They did not use any ult other than bezels, which was that EMP. And with 65% and counting, it's not looking too hot for any real advantage here. You have to be looking out for John, who's right around the corner. They do spot him, and they are able to get the Kitsune Rush off to start, but Zenz is able to find 1, 2, 3, a complete team kill there as 10% remains in counting. Stevenson once again has to now go over to the next site. With the tempo captured here, we're going to be seeing a change over to the Orisa, and we're heading our way to the Gardens here. Gardens, a very open style map, but as you're going to be seeing, they're going to be making their way through this double spiral staircase here down to the point. Lucio's doing some little scouting with Sombra to assist as well. They're looking to probably target the Brigitte here in the back line, or possible. As for Stevenson, they're going to have to deal with this Primal first and foremost. Now, having lost Wisner, 49 does find the kill, but in the backline here of the Mustangs, they have to try to get this Winston down and away. Winston was 1 to done, believe it or not. They do lose 49, and Winston's going to be lived to tell a tale. Stevenson now coming back from their spawn here, having to regroup. They do switch over back to the Baptiste here. They have to try to build up their ults. Ult economy is the biggest management tool they have to use here. Even dealing with the Sombra is something tricky going into this. Reaper saved by the beat drop. Wisner not too lucky, unfortunately, themselves. Coming around the side here, we are going to be seeing Sombra in the backline finding some picks as 49 is trying to hold on out, but the hack comes in clutch there for the Thunderbirds to secure that kill. And now they're going to be regrouping for another fight, potentially last fight territory here. Stevenson needs to win this without having to deal with ults coming in, but Dean already has Coalescence, and we're going to be seeing an EMP coming out here just in a matter of seconds as well. EMP is going to be used in this small room for this next fight here. Coming around the side, EMP has been activated, and now it's in for a massacre. However, Cynic does get shut down. John able to make some great deal of damage with the Death Blossom, and ladies and gentlemen, Florida Gulf Coast University advances in the playoffs, shutting Stevenson out for any chances. And that will be it here tonight. Play of the game last going to be seen here by Dean, hoping with these coalescences in this final fight to really hold up the team. Great plays from both sides, but at the end of the day, one will advance, the other will fall. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll be seeing you next time. Have a great Thanksgiving.